June 28, 1914. The Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire was visiting Bosnia with his wife. As they were passing through the road in their car, they were waving to the people. At one point, their driver turned the car into the wrong alley. Although this turn was taken by mistake, but who knew that merely taking a wrong turn would result in the world witnessing World War I, which caused the death of 40 million people and a loss of billions of dollars. Yes, let's find out how just one wrong turn pushed the world into World War I. Welcome once again to Zim TV's videos. Viewers, before World War I, that is in the early 1900s, the world map was very different from today. There were large states such as the Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The most important country here was Bosnia and Herzegovina, where the whole issue begins. The Austro-Hungarian Empire took control of Bosnia in 1908 and started managing all its affairs. Most of the people in Bosnia were Slavs, while there were also many Slavs in Bosnia's neighboring country, Serbia. Therefore, there were sympathies between the people of both countries. But Serbia was not a part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Now, although the people of both countries were the same, they were ruled by different states. The Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to capture Serbia and make it a part of their empire. By doing so, Bosnia, along with Serbia, would come under their control, and the distances among the people here would also be eliminated. But the people here did not want this. Among the Slavic people, there was considerable anger and resentment towards the Austro-Hungarian Empire's plan. Their desire was for Serbia, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, where Slavic people lived, to become a single independent country. This country would be named Greater Serbia or Yugoslavia. However, for the time being, they had no option but to harbor hatred towards the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Perhaps the Austro-Hungarian Empire would have attacked Serbia, but they were afraid of Russia. Because Russia did not want the Austro-Hungarian Empire to grow more in this region, the Austro-Hungarian Empire allied with Germany to fight against Russia and kept them as backup. And Russia formed an alliance with France. There, Serbian and Bosnian nationalists slowly started to form organizations for their independence. Initially, the purpose of these organizations was only to protest against the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But over time, these militant organizations transformed and resorted to bloodshed. During this period, another organization emerged, which was named the Black Hand. The slogan of this organization was that they would not rest until they created Greater Serbia or Yugoslavia. To achieve their goal, this organization was even prepared to take someone's life. Among them was a 19-year-old boy named Gavrilo Princip. Joe, who always dreamed of a free country Yugoslavia, also joined the Black Hand organization. And now those people started working day and night on how to take revenge on the Austro-Hungarian Empire and free themselves from them. They also attacked Austro-Hungarian Empire officials several times, but they were not able to get rid of the empire in any way. Fast forward to the year 1914. In the meantime, they received news that the Austro-Hungarian Empire's Prince, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was going to visit Bosnia. The Prince of the Austrian Empire was about to become the king of his empire. And the entire plan to occupy Serbia was also his. The members of the Black Hand organization had to stop this prince from becoming king at any cost. Upon receiving this news, the members of the Black Hand were pleased, and a dangerous plan began to form in their minds. First of all, on the day of Prince Archduke's visit, his route was identified. It was found out that they are going to inaugurate a new museum at the City Hall. The members of the Black Hand planned that 3 of their people would stand in the crowd at different locations. Whichever member the prince's car passed by first would throw a grenade and then take cyanide. This means that after taking the lethal drug, he would jump into the nearby river. The plan's purpose was that after killing the prince, the killer would also die. Even if the cyanide pill didn't work, jumping into the river would ensure his death. This was being done because Black Hand was a secret organization, and they did not want anyone to find out about their plans in any way. Where the members of the Black Hand were making this entire plan, there was Gavrilo Princip, who had been obsessed with freedom since childhood. He was making his own plan to kill the prince. June 28, 1914, was the day when this plan was to be executed. But making a plan is always easy, and executing it is very difficult. The people sent by Black Hand had no prior experience of such work. When the prince and his wife's convoy passed in front of the public, the first person, out of fear, couldn't throw the grenade. When the car passed in front of the second person, then he also started trembling. And while he was thinking, the car passed by. Now all the responsibility was on the third man. When the prince's car passed in front of him, he quickly threw the bomb. But his aim was not accurate. Instead of hitting the car of the Grand Prince, it fell some distance away from the car behind, which resulted in 20 people in the crowd getting injured, while no one, including the prince, lost their life. As soon as he did this, he quickly swallowed his cyanide pill, which had become useless due to being old. This capsule did not take his life. It only made him slightly nauseous. After doing all this, he jumped into the river as planned, but perhaps today was his unlucky day. That day, the river's water was just a little over 1 foot because the river had dried up in that season. The police arrived at the scene and arrested him, and thus the conspiracy to murder the prince was foiled. But the twist in the story is yet to come. Gavrilo Princip was still on his secret mission. Immediately after the bomb exploded, the prince and his wife were taken under security to a secure location. Today, the prince angrily complains to the duke about the mayor of Bosnia that we came to visit your city, but you welcomed us with a bomb. When the prince is informed that 20 people are injured due to the bomb explosion, the prince immediately changes his schedule and decides to go to the hospital instead of the museum to check on the injured. But the driver of their vehicle is not informed about the schedule and route change. Prince comes back and sits in his car with his wife, and they head towards the hospital. On the other hand, Gavrilo Princip, standing on the road leading to the museum, waiting to attack the prince. At that moment, the prince's car turns towards the museum. The driver, who is unaware that the prince was supposed to go to the hospital, he turns the car towards the museum at the same turn where Gavrilo Princip is standing. Immediately, the staff informs the driver about the schedule and tells him to turn the car and head to the hospital. When reversing, the car's speed becomes quite slow. And it was not a better opportunity for Gavrilo Princip. He takes out his pistol and fires at the car. Prince Archduke and his wife are killed on the spot. When the news of the prince's death reaches the king of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, so in anger he attacks Serbia. On the other hand, Russia, which was already supporting Serbia, thought that perhaps the Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to take over Serbia. That's why it stood against the Austro-Hungarian Empire on behalf of Serbia. Meanwhile, the German Empire had already announced its support for the Austro-Hungarian Empire. She also comes up against Russia. Seeing this, France, which initially intended to remain neutral, also joins Russia in attacking Germany. France and Russia played a major role in weakening the Ottoman Empire. For this reason, they draw their weapons in support of Germany. The United Kingdom, which conspired with France to dismantle the Ottoman Empire in the Middle East, joins forces with France. In no time, Japan and the USA also enter this war. And due to taking a wrong turn, World War I begins. It is said that if the prince's car had not taken that wrong turn on that day, you might not have died, and thus World War I might not have had the chance to start. Due to the loss of just one life, 40 million people were killed in World War I. And because of the military transfers from one country to another due to the war, the deadly Spanish flu also spread throughout the world, the one who took more than 50 million lives. In addition to all the economic issues the whole world had to face, and estimating the financial loss, is also quite difficult. By the way, let me tell you a fun fact that the World War I ceasefire happened 4 years after the death of the prince. It was signed on November 11th, 1918, which means 111118, and the number of Archduke's car was also 11118. Is this really just a coincidence, or was there a big conspiracy behind it? Please be sure to tell me in the comments section. I hope you will also like and share this video from Zim TV wholeheartedly.